Hello, and thanks for joining us on the podcast that discusses all things gaming. Coming to you from the home of GenCon and the gaming capital of the world, this is The Established Facts.
Hello, everybody, and I would like to welcome you to the Established Facts. We have a very special show on hand for you today. Hey, it's not funny, but we have a very special show for you guys, as it's our
100th
serious face. It's our 1-year anniversary.
1-year anniversary. Okay.
Yep. Oh,
Yes, we aren't quite 100. So, I don't even know, but I'm going to let the guys and gal introduce themselves, and we're going to start with my left.
This is Big Don.
This is Anton.
This is Josh.
This is Dr. Deb.
Hey guys, this is Derek.
and it's Mikey Mason.
God, I shouldn't be surprised by that anymore.
Is that your birth name?
My mother hated me.
Clearly.
You know, for some people, I immediately comment that their parents were hippies. I'm pretty sure yours worked at a zoo.
It's one of those,
And that's kind of scary if they did.
Yeah.
It's one of those faces only a mother could love.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was getting ready to ask you, Don, why you backed out of directing the Hobbit.
They didn't want to pay me enough.
That's a Guillermo del Toro reference right there. Never mind.
That's all right. Some of us got it,
Some of you got it.
and then ignored it, and we moved on.
Right, I found it. Don't make me take my shirt back off.
God.
Alrighty then, moving on.
And that's why I'm the host, because I'm constantly being looked at as the savior of the show. Okay. And we're going to reel it back in.
That's the reason why we fail.
Repeatedly.
Look, we haven't failed that much. We've made it a year. I mean,
We may
come
not
on.
make it much more after this episode.
Yeah, seriously.
Just for those who didn't have a realization of what just happened, we spent the last hour and a half with technical difficulties.
For those of you who've been actually paying attention on Hangout, which is probably not many, no viewers right
viewers.
now. Awesome.
Yep.
Yay!
I'll just skip
Wait.
all that altogether and let Mikey bring us back together. That's in Massey, not Mason.
The host.
You gonna try now?
No, because apparently that's why we're failing.
MikeyMason.com.
Yes.
Yes, MikeyMason.com is why we're failing.
Hey, Mike, what are we supposed to be talking about this show, Mike?
Well, funny you should ask, Mike. This is a great program. It's Mike and Mike in the morning. Anyway.
Okay, just prep the soundboard.
We are we are going to be discussing a very, I guess, somewhat known gaming convention that goes on. It's kind of a little thing that just sparsely attended. Just kind of getting off the ground.
Didn't we talk about this last year?
Nope.
Yeah, but last year it was groundbreaking. It was the first time we've talked about
Oh, yeah,
it.
that's right.
Yeah.
This
We
time-
don't rehash topics.
No.
Except for this time.
Exactly.
So,
This is our annual rehashing.
yes. That's bad.
I know.
Hashtag reuse.
On the Twitter account, #reuse.
At NDTEF.
Plug!
And then there's MikeyMason.com.
I didn't even say that. That wasn't even me.
No, but I'm waiting for him to slide over in his little video and do the Vanna White pose. Right there. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We are going to be talking about GenCon, which is a rather large gaming convention that happens in Indianapolis, which is where we are conveniently located. And last time we talked about GenCon, I believe we ran down the things that we liked and things that we didn't like and things that we looked forward to and things that we did not look forward to. And we kind of had a small survival guide from Big Don in trying to take your family to GenCon. Because that's going by yourself is a feat, but going with your family is an epic feat. So that instills that you have to be at least 21st level to take it.
That's right.
Yep.
So I guess we're going to start. We don't really have much of as far as a versus topic, except for just, are you excited about GenCon? Big old Don?
I am very excited about GenCon.
Are you?
I am.
Why don't you tell the listeners as to how excited about GenCon you are?
I am so excited about GenCon that I would jump into a hive of bees and still go. That's how excited about GenCon I am.
That's excitement, because Big Don doesn't jump.
Yeah, I don't run either.
He can catch a
Don't
cheeseburger.
That's right.
He can't
That's
catch
all
a
that matters,
football.
man. That's all that matters. Self-preservation. I don't
Okay.
need to catch a football.
Self-preservation, but you're willing to jump into a hive of bees.
Honey,
GenCon.
hello.
Oh. Okay.
Hello.
It's called a lance.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let that moment of silence go. And it's,
Just let that sink in for a second.
it's fine.
That's a moment of your life that you're never going to get back.
That's right.
None of us are.
And yet you're going to keep reminding them of it. Okay.
So, Derek, I have a question for you, sir.
You interrupted my drinking. Sorry.
I believe last year at this time we were describing this as the worst week of your life, or I guess it'd be the worst 2 weeks before GenCon of your life. Are you still fitting into that mold? Is this the worst 2 weeks of your life?
Yes, before we started recording, I was talking about sleeping medication. So yes, definitely, it is the worst 2 weeks of my life beforehand.
Wow. Talk about a shift.
So I know we have jumping into beehives because he's so excited about
And
GenCon.
worst 2 weeks of his life.
I'm taking drugs to sleep because worst
it-
weeks of his life.
Derek's being crazy and running, what is it, 7 games at the con?
7 games.
Seven
Yes.
games.
In like 2
In
days.
2 days. 3. You do have one on Saturday, right?
I have one on Saturday.
One on
Yes.
Saturday. But still,
Wait,
that's...
so 7 games
Wow.
in
Yes.
3 days?
In 3 days.
So really, that's just like 3, 3, and 1.
Well. But that's all
Yeah,
day
but
running.
then I'm playing in the UFS tournament on Saturday. So,
That's your own fault.
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's entirely all my fault. I didn't get like kidnapped and like a gun pointed at my head, so I had 6 games. But it's entirely my fault, and I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with it at this point in time.
Well, clearly not, because otherwise you'd be sleeping.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on. So,
Yep.
It's just that his liver is suicidal.
yes, yes. I have actually gone through a quarter of a bottle of honey wine or mead, and I'm starting on the gin. So, yes, my liver is now rebelling against me.
Yeah.
I guess we all have our ways of prepping for Gen Con.
Yes, and mine is getting absolutely, totally drunk.
Lovely. All right.
Okay.
Actually, I'm actually on the fence about this. I mean, I really love Gen Con, and because it's the thing that I look forward to every year. I think it's a lot of fun. I do enjoy running games a lot, so I mean, when you look forward to something like that, you want to put a lot of effort into it.
So, Mikey, I hear that you have been invited to attend and play at Gen Con and do your act that you do.
Invited is such a kind word. Gen Con's one of those cons where you don't get invited to play; you have to muscle your way in because they don't have a music track, so it's entirely do it yourself. So any entertainer you see at Gen Con forced their way in the door by signing up to be an entertainment act. They're not getting paid. In fact, in many cases, they're paying Gen Con to be able to play.
Are you looking forward to this particular
Oh, a lot. Absolutely, man. I mean, what, 30, 40,000 people, all of them, geeks, happily so. There's going to be scantily clad, costumed people, and I'm not even talking about the women yet.
Yep.
Actually, I will be as well.
Yikes.
Don't scare the listeners.
But yeah, absolutely, and I want to play at Gen Con. Don't get me wrong, it's just that invited is not the word. There are cons that invite you to play. You have to apply to and be invited to play at Dragon Con. They have a music track. If you want to play at Gen Con, you sign up.
That includes all of those people that are like in the hallways and on those like makeshift stages and all that?
Yep.
Wow.
Every one of them.
Wow.
Interesting.
So you have to sign up and submit it like a GM event, really.
Huh.
All right.
And is it ticket based? Like, do they give you tickets to attend your? Is it run just like an event, just like a game?
You can either sign up for specific events or general event tickets. And I signed mine up for general event tickets, which is 2 p.m. Saturday, and is it Saturday in the Crown Plaza Ballroom. But there are others that have event-specific tickets. Damsels of Dorkington, I think, Luke Ski, Mark Gunn, Tom Smith, Dan the Bard. They're all going to be playing. I don't know if Sci-Fried. They're a geek rock band out of Orlando who does a lot of Star Trek and Star Wars themed music and science fiction themed music. I just did a duet with them on their album Co-op Mode called I Want to Be Your Jedi. They're going to be performing there. I'll be performing with them. And all of them had to sign up. Many of them have event-specific tickets, and I don't know what the difference is. I didn't want to charge anybody anything. If I could have got away with no ticket at all, I would have been fine with it, but Gen Con doesn't do that. So, again, it boils down to the, I like Gen Con. I love Gen Con, but as far as being invitational, that's a very kind word.
How many tickets to see your show?
There were 100 allotted. Last I checked, there were 20 or 30 some left.
Oh, so you're not saying like generics. You're saying that.
Yeah, they're generic event tickets. The general event tickets or whatever. I guess you give one ticket. I don't know.
Well, actually, I'm signed up. Like, it's an event. So
yeah,
it's in my queue of stuff to do. It's just like any other event, but it's one single ticket. That's why they mean generic. You're not paying on a like every 2 hours basis. It's one ticket to see this entire event. That's
right. Well, it's also only 2 hours. So
okay,
gotcha.
All right.
So, Dr. Deb,
Yes.
are you looking forward to Gen Con?
Well, I was going to be the difficult one and be like, no, not at all. But then again, I didn't think that would go over very well. So that was different.
That was weird.
Yes, very, very much so. My problem is trying to find the energy to be that excited.
You can have some of Don's.
Yeah, apparently. I don't really want enough to run into a beehive, though. If we can split it, and if I can run into, like, a bird cage, maybe? That might be a little better. I don't...
Right.
Okay, so here's the math for those of you out there. So in a 5-week period before Gen Con,
Oh, God.
I will have worked 380 hours. So if you average that, I have been working approximately 70 to 75 hours a week in the 5 weeks prior to Gen Con. So...
76.
Thank you very much. Anyway, 76 hours. That makes it sound better. So I'm a little out of it, to put it mildly. So the main thing I'm looking forward to Gen Con is not working. The second thing I'm looking forward to...
It cost you $80.
Exactly. I can do that anywhere. Now, beyond that, there's just a ton of stuff I'm looking forward to, actually. I'm actually signed up to play my war game on Thursday, so I'm going to spend all day and I'll actually see all the guys and probably be the only person with 2 X chromosomes at that table, but that's okay. I'm going to see Mikey Mason. That's always fun. Playing in several of Derek's games, which is always fun. And then just wandering and basically wanting to spend a whole lot of money that I probably shouldn't be spending in the exhibit hall.
Oh, Deb, I didn't know you cared about me that much.
Hello. She's buying from me.
No, I'm
She
buying for
doesn't
me.
like you.
Yeah, you'll be at MarriageCon too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're going to
we're going to
MarriageCon.
GenCon 12.
You had to bring it back, didn't you?
You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's that 1 year anniversary.
it's
We
that
have to
1
bring
year.
it back to marriage.
I actually just listened to that episode the other day.
Oh, my
just
God.
to kind of,
Just a refresh.
which I would like to bring up. We don't really have much of a versus topic tonight, but or today, I guess. But for our first episode, our versus topic was house rules versus non-house rules, and our first official fence sitter was one Derek Knudsen.
Really?
So it's all
Yeah.
his fault.
Yes.
Don't you find it funny that you said yourself just said that you're kind of on the fence in your preparation for Gen Con? You're excited, but it's the worst 2 weeks of your life.
Yeah.
It's because he's
Yeah.
a sadomasochist.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't wait to be beaten, but it's gonna hurt so bad.
You don't like it
No,
anymore.
Don, it's going to hurt so good.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Alrighty, moving on.
That's awesome. Okay.
So, Mike,
This is a G-rated show. This is a G-rated show. This
are
is a
you
G-rated
excited
show.
about Gen Con?
I am super excited about Gen Con. I get to take my wife. She has taken off all 4 days for Gen Con, which, much like Deb, she works in the medical field, and that's like gold. So she's terribly excited, and of course, I'm a geek, and I have a wife who's excited to go to Gen Con. That's a win-win.
That's right.
And I also get to take my beautiful little baby girl, who is 3 months old, to Gen Con. So I have ascended to epic level.
That's right.
And now have the feat of family to Gen Con prerequisites, baby.
And wife.
It helps if you have a wife, too.
So I get to experience the Ugo horn on the stroller.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. But
Anton?
I am very much so looking forward to it. I'm doing more this year than I've probably done most in a year. So definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to staying downtown.
You
Have you signed up for our events, or are you actually
Josh signed me up.
swinging it?
I was, yeah.
He's in a couple with us. He's in both the games that I'm playing in with you. He's in the True Dungeon event. I think he's doing the Killer Breakfast.
And I'm probably going to get $20 worth of generics and go around and
Sweet.
find games. How about you, Josh?
no one cares.
Ow.
This is not a great way to cap this day off.
Okay, so Josh,
Oh, am I important now?
yep, you're always important.
Okay.
Yeah, the host asked.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I really feel special now. I'm definitely looking forward to Gen Con. I know that this is my 5th or 6th one, and it's totally Don's fault on this one because Don kind of told Mike about it, and Mike told me, and ultimately you decided we'd all go down and be stupid.
It's like the first episode all over.
I know, right? But it just feels the same each year that's it's coming up. I mean, I've been telling my people at work, like, I'm not going to be available. They've got me scheduled on call that weekend, and I've already said, not going to happen. Just so you guys know, it's not going to happen.
Laptop? What's a laptop? I have no idea what
Yeah, exactly. I don't plan on logging into anything involving Flexware. But I'm definitely looking forward again to our annual game with Derek. And I think the biggest preparation for me this year has actually been I got signed up for all the games and excited about the games, but the Established Facts is going to have a presence at Gen Con this year, hopefully. And I've really been kind of on the back end talking with different people, possible special interviews that are being taken care of. And on Friday specifically, we're going to be roaming through the exhibit hall with a friend of ours from church with a video camera, actually. That's part of the reason we were testing out the Google Hangout. We just wanted to see what it would look like as a video presence, and he's going to go around, take some highlights, possibly do some video interview clips on Friday, and we hope to find out some pretty neat information with that. And I hope they come out and support us.
So, Josh, if I was a code breaker and you had to establish a code of some kind of names of people who we might encounter, what would you say?
Killer Breakfast.
We've got one.
That's not a code.
We've got one.
That's like cheating.
We got one guy who likes to kill paladins and dwarves. We've got another guy who seems to think hopefully, who seems to think that everything evil must be underground. Oh. And we're also hoping to talk to a few dead gentlemen at the same time. So we'll see how that works out.
So, if you can figure out who those are, let us know on our Facebook page. And
our Facebook fan page.
Facebook.com/theestablishedfacts.
There it is.
Also, MikeyMason.com.
I didn't even say it. It wasn't me.
Hey, if you want to tell Mikey Mason on MikeyMason.com that who it is we're talking about, you go right ahead. I'm sure he'll respond to you.
That's right.
Sure.
So,
can I take a little bit of it? I know it's a plug moment, sort of. Well, no, this is actually another big announcement. I'm going to go ahead and lay out there right in the middle of the episode since we're talking about it. We want comments.
This is a kids' show, too, Demery, so don't lay it all out there.
Yeah. Some of you may have noticed on our last episode that we released, talking with KC and our thoughts on game stores, that the link to the download and the blog has changed because we are now officially launching theestablishedfacts.com, which has been graciously donated to us by
Budget VM.
Budget VM has given us a server for us to host the website on. So go in there. You can go and follow the blog. We've got a page up now with our established facts to date. We of course have the podcast on there with the different releases from the past, and we'll be adding new pages back and forth. Facebook is going to be our biggest place to get a hold of us, but for news, you'll see it on the Facebook fan page and our main website, theestablishedfacts.com.
We're going to be adding a lot of really cool stuff to our website within the very near future.
So, Josh, if I wanted to contact you through our website, do you happen to have an email address?
I actually do. We have a few email addresses that you can contact us at. Most of us will have our own email. Again, we're going to put a little biography page up that kind of talks about each person. And we also, as I mentioned earlier, at IndieTEF, there is a actual email associated with our Twitter account, tweet@theestablishedfacts.com. If you'd like to send an email there, we'll ultimately forward that off to everybody. And we can hopefully get this. Yes, dear?
Can you cast robot?
Actually, yes, I can. Does that mean that I actually have to have a Twitter account?
No.
Okay, good.
We're just using the global one.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I am determined to be
said
the
the
last
same
person on the face of the planet who uses Twitter.
I'm sure there's some people.
You
in
and I are
Montana
going to
who
have to
happen
fight
in
over
Afghan.
that, Deb.
All right, well,
Okay,
then grr.
that's fine.
We'll
I'm
rape
just
your
saying
over
we
it then.
have Twitter out there for those who are
But I got
interested.
Facebook. I got Facebook.
There's also a Google Plus presence that's going to be worked out. It's lots of new things are coming up. The launch of the establishedfacts.com should be pretty big for us. GenCon is our momentous time of the year. It's our annual, so we're hoping to do a lot of cool things each year around GenCon. I think it just leads us back to what we're talking about, the excitement around GenCon. For us, it's just getting to be the Indianapolis podcast, which I know there are others out there, and I'm not trying to be offended. Please don't sue us. We love you.
You're not trying to
We're
be
not offended. We're not offended. We're not trying to be offensive.
Okay.
We don't want to offend you, but we are going to call ourselves the Indianapolis
right.
podcast because,
That's
let's face it, you're not as good.
All I have to say is
You may have 2, 3 personalities. We have 7 or more.
in different states.
And we have women.
That's right. And we have
We have-
Thank
we
you.
have women on our show.
You're welcome.
We have
a
the
doctor.
rule.
That's right.
We could even have dogs if we wanted to. They're just being quiet right now.
And cats with Mikey Mason's help.
Yeah,
Yes.
apparently.
true.
And we have comedians.
So, I mean, this is a big announcement
And Mikey
show.
Mason.
I know that, but I know some of the stuff that we've...
PG, Mikey, PG.
In getting prepped for Gen Con, I know that your survival guide was great last year.
I've got a lot of really good stuff too for this episode.
That's fantastic. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm really hoping that everyone has a new experience this year. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Something new. Because I don't want Gen... Oh my gosh,
Shut up,
what's
Mikey.
going on, Mikey?
No, I was just never mind.
No, you can't laugh and then not share the joke.
No.
You want them to have a new experience this year.
Keep it PG.
Kiss a guy dressed like Mr. Dritz. Go for it.
As a matter of fact, my friend Chuck will not be there this year. Oh, I know.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
Just for reference.
Oh,
wow. Just for those of reference. How many years have you guys dressed as Drow?
You mean Drow?
Yes.
No, Drow. We know how to say that.
I am from Indiana, and they are drow.
Dro.
You're in Vermont. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, you're moving back. We'll lynch you later.
The moose don't care.
How about that, too?
Yeah, you and your army of red trucks.
Yes,
That's also
We
true.
do live close to Mooresville.
true.
Anyway, back to the question.
What was the question again?
He asked how many years
have
we
we
have
done Drow?
consecutively gone as drow.
Did you do it last year? Okay. I was not there last year because I had a new baby.
Well, yeah.
A 2-week-old. But
I didn't expect you to abandon your wife in the hospital to, fulfill your ritualistic annual obligation.
I know.
You should be ashamed.
However, I am very excited for that costume this year because I've got a lot of new stuff. So,
But that still doesn't answer
Still
the
all
question.
black.
How many years?
how many years have you been going? 7? This is my 8th.
Yep.
Did you go? Did you? Do Drow
You
the
went
first
1 year. You went 1 year before I did,
Right.
and we did drow the first year that I went.
There you go. 7 years.
7
That's
years.
7 for me. Wow.
I've been going 8 because I went 1 year
years.
before you guys did. I went the same year you did.
Yep.
Because I worked on your
I don't know
costume,
one day, though.
Don, the first time you went.
I think it was 8 or 9 for me. So
That's wow.
I worked on your cloak. When did I work on your cloak?
Oh yeah, you're right.
We
I
did.
worked on your black cloak.
Yeah.
So that would have been about 7 years ago.
We were up till 4 o'clock in the morning in the basement of Mike's house. Believe me, I remember.
Yeah, I do too because I remember cutting the fabric
Yeah.
for that thing at my dad's house.
Yeah, measuring it
Well, my
past the
no, my
measurement.
dad did mine.
No,
Then what did
You-
I sew?
Yes, you sewed his.
he sewed. She sewed part of yours also.
There was some.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Anyways, moving
Anywho.
on.
So
So 7 years you guys have been
7
dressing
years,
as Drow.
and this will make. This will be the 8th year, right? Or are you
No,
counting
no,
this year?
This is going to be
So
the 7th year.
this will be our 7th year. So look for us on Saturday.
Saturday. Yep.
We will be the only 2 people walking around the exhibit halls that can't touch anything.
Not
I don't believe
necessarily
that.
true, because I have
God.
ordered my airbrush stuff. So we may actually be able to get away with.
You mean I can actually pick stuff up?
Yeah. We got
yeah, but
some-
who's going to spray you?
Each other.
there's
They're
2
married.
of us.
There's 2 of us. Hello, and I
And
have
they're
a
married.
Yeah,
wife.
and we're staying in the same hotel room. We have 2 wives.
I'm sorry
We're
that
covered.
I'm sorry
We're
my wife
covered.
has taken that job from you, Derek. Jeez.
You know that's the thing I look forward to every year.
I thought that.
So yes,
Worst week
this
of your
is
life,
me
right?
calling out SOS to any of you
Yeah,
out there. Please save me.
Okay. So what are we looking forward to? Like, what is everybody really looking forward to? I can tell you right now, I'm looking forward to True Dungeon because I have some serious animosity towards Smoke the Dragon. Because she smoked everybody in that dungeon, but like 3 parties. So I have some serious animosity towards her, and I will say serious as many times as I want.
cereal.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Seriously, the serious
Seriously.
dragon.
Serious.
Yes.
I was going to say, I am looking forward to both doing True Dungeon for the first time this year and playing in the mech pods.
Oh yeah.
You always look forward to those.
Oh, those things are amazing.
Mikey, what are you looking forward to?
Performing.
Are you doing anything else, like during the times that you're not performing?
I don't sign up for games through GenCon, but I do run guerrilla pickup games in hotel lobbies.
Oh, very cool.
Very nice.
And I do a really. I've been told that I'm a good GM. I don't want to say that I'm a good GM.
Was that
but I've
while
been-
you were running games or after the game was over? Because if it's while,
After
it could be
after the game.
self-preservation.
Oh, okay.
It was after the game, and I do a lot of improv GMing or communal group storytelling. Last year at Fear the Con, I ran my first diceless role playing game. No rules at all, just totally. I was
Go.
the arbiter.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We did diceless once because we didn't have any dice, so we played with playing cards.
Right? No. This had no
I know.
arbiter
Yeah, I
other
did,
than
yeah.
me. It was just a storytelling experience. It was pretty cool. It was fun. Very, very fun. But so I'll probably be bringing the Kobolds Ate My Baby game. I'll be bringing my furry steampunk Victoriana space opera with ninjas and robots and magic game with me. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I just broke.
That's typical from you.
I know, but could you process everything that just happened?
All I heard was steampunk ninjas and
Space
magic.
opera, magic.
Furry Victoriana space opera with robots and magic. Yeah.
Oh,
I was there.
that sounds like a bad Queen album.
It plays about the same. It's just as funny.
There is no
It's
Queen album.
No, it's brilliant and it's funny and it's a little bit. What the hell just happened? All at the same time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
need a Queen
So
album.
the experience we just had only 4 hours long.
Yes.
Oh God. No, I don't want
Donald?
to play this.
Yes.
What are you looking forward to? at
Oh
Gen Con?
man. Okay. So, as most of our listeners should know, because by now they all have listened to the first episode.
Dutifully.
Last year, I was only able to go for 1 day, and really, I don't hardly even count it as 1 day because it was Sunday, and it was for about 3 hours because I stood in line for 2 to get my Sunday pass, which was a bad idea.
Don't be bad.
But
Yeah.
last year, my wife and I had just had our second son. He was about 2 weeks old, so we had to really restrict our outings. And Gen Con being the gaming spectacle of the year for us, we really wanted to go, and so we were really careful, and we had a great time. But what I'm really looking forward to this year is being able to go all 4 days with my whole family, both of my sons and my wife. We actually have my parents, thank you, Lord, watching my kids Saturday and Sunday. So we actually get 2 days with everybody, and then 2 days with just us to enjoy the con. We, for the first time in the 8 years that this will be that we have attended, we actually signed up for almost a full weekend of events. So that's kind of a new thing for us. We're going to do the Killer Breakfast on Saturday morning. We're doing the True Dungeon Run. I'm doing the True Dungeon Run with Josh and Anton. My wife and I have signed up for a couple events together. There is a euchre tournament that we're both going to be playing in on Thursday night, which I'm excited about. I've actually gotten an invite from a friend of ours, Larry Fettinger, who runs the Indie 20 group. He's doing a Wizards of the Coast panel thing on Thursday around 7, and he's got a +1 he sent me an invite for. So I may be doing that, which I'm really excited about. More importantly, we are actually staying downtown for the first time for Gen Con, which is going to be really nice because since we have 2 kids, if somebody gets tired or we need to change a diaper or we just want to take a nap or whatever, we can go back to the hotel room, which is, around the corner from the convention center and take a rest, and we don't have to worry about packing everybody in the van, driving all the way home, and then coming back the next day. So those are some of the things that I'm really excited about for my convention. Some of the stuff that I'm really excited about that will actually be at the convention. If you have not seen it already on the Gen Con Facebook group, they have a post that there are supposed to be, I think, around 15 to 20 different food trucks parked around the convention center throughout the entire weekend.
I hadn't heard.
Oh wow, that's really needed.
I know
And
last
so
year.
it's going to be so it's going to be a lot less expensive than the food in the convention center, and it's really, really good food. It's the same. If
Is
you
it like
get a chance
fair
to,
food?
well, I mean, it's like pizzas and gyros and Chinese food and Mexican food, and it's all food trucks.
We have
I know the 3 or 4 local food trucks that run around Indy were there at Gen Con last year.
Yeah, and if you've been to downtown Indy within the last 6 months, there has been a renaissance of the food truck, because if you go downtown Indy during lunchtime on a weekday, you can find easily 10 to 12 different food trucks parked around the center of the city, around the monument, and within a couple blocks of that. So a lot of those guys are going to be down at the convention center during the con, which is really, really cool. Let's see. We have a lot of friends coming in from town. Our friend, Derek, obviously, is going to be coming into town for that week.
I thought you said our friends.
Mikey will be in town.
Mikey Mason will be
Mikey
in town.
Mason will be in town.
And if you're interested on any of his other dates, you can go on MikeyMason.com to find those.
He likes long walks on the beach.
That's right.
He likes tequila.
I do not, in fact, like long walks on the beach.
But you do like to hold hands and stare at sunsets.
Okay.
Our friend John
Fair is
Pettit
fair.
and his two uncles are going to be coming into town, which is really fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There are a couple other podcasters that are coming into town early that we've been trying to get a hold of to see if they want to hook up like Tuesday or Wednesday to game out before the con.
Yeah, unfortunately, Fear the Boot is not going to be out here. They went to Comic-Con this year, so instead of GenCon.
I didn't like them anyway.
Oh,
Except for the fact that we're on their forums and we love them very much. Thank you
Right,
very
except
much.
for that, I don't like
One
them.
person's opinion of the podcast does not reflect the entire opinion of the podcast.
I know Noble Bear said he's going to be up here.
Well, I'm
Yep.
just a little
Cool.
bitter. I mean, I went out there and I was like at Fear the Con and cried
It is
and
their
laughed
con
and
versus
I had a
we
deep
don't
emotional
own
experience. It's still ours.
No.
You know
Wait a
what?
minute, what?
No. When you have established Facticon or whatever it is, if they don't come to that, then be.
There you
come
go.
on.
Okay.
It is kind of lame
Coming
that they're not coming.
2013-14. Yes.
Well, they did go to San Diego Comic Con. Let's be fair. That costs money,
Yep.
Lots of money.
and yet they have to take time off of work. And
So, I mean, that's in a nutshell. That's basically what I'm excited for. Fun costumes, good food.
so I've heard
Yeah,
this
I
term
mean-
"killer breakfast" tossed around a few times.
Hickman.
I have never gone to a ticketed event. What is? Oh, that's not true. I played Castle Ravenloft once.
We have a
I can hear the effete hipster snobbery going on. now.
We love the Castle Ravenloft game.
Ravenloft.
we love the Castle
Love
Ravenloft game.
Ravenloft.
We just dislike Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as a location.
It's a pure table hatred of Ravenloft in general. It has nothing to do with the game. The game's
the game is
surprisingly
awesome.
good.
Yeah, it was actually.
We've just played many times in D&D and had Ravenloft kick the crap out of us.
Sure.
Tracy Hickman does an event called Hickman's Killer Breakfast, and he's actually doing it on Friday and Saturday this year.
Yes.
And I have not gotten a chance to attend. This will be my first time, so Josh or Deb can probably give you a better.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
here's first off, rule number one: there's no food. Just so you know that now. It's called the Killer Breakfast, just to get people interested, but they don't feed you. But ultimately,
Yeah, right.
there's about 1,000 people sitting out in the audience, and about 300 or 400 that stand in line. And it's about an hour and a half event. And in an hour and a half, he will quote kill 400 characters. That's the Killer Breakfast. The goal is once you get up on table as he's telling the story to try and be the one that survives the longest. And they give you a character sheet that has hours, minutes, and seconds on it, and they specifically want you to write down when you started in seconds and when you ended in seconds, because sometimes it's literally they fill the table and he kills them within 10 seconds. It's just how the story's going. That's what happens. He moves them off the table. It's a hilarious event because he does random songs. He does different bits, and
People bring props.
the weaker your character is and the funnier your role-playing is, the better chances you have. Basically, you either need to impress him or make him laugh. And
It's entirely about strategy. You go up there with a strategy, and then you throw it out the window and think of something on the spot.
right, our rules of engagement when it comes
Don't
to
die.
role-playing. Rule number 2, don't die.
Don't die.
And rule number
Yeah.
3, make a plan.
Throw it out the window.
Completely
You know what they
forget
need to
it.
give you? What they need to give every person who signs up for that and is on stage, they need to give them a shirt that says, "I was killed by Tracy Hickman and I didn't even know it was a dude."
That'd be really bad for us since most of us have met him before.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's an awesome shirt.
Yeah.
I bet you Hickman would laugh at that.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
you
sure
would.
he would.
Actually, I bet he would. That
Yeah.
would probably get you.
I
in
bet
a little
if you
longer.
wore that shirt, I bet you would stay up there.
At least a round or two.
Yeah.
One year there was a group that they positioned themselves towards the back of the killing group, the group that gets killed, and they had a castle, like cardboard built castle, and when the whole group of them got up on stage, they literally set up a castle on the table. It was awesome.
That way they were behind a castle when things were happening.
Yep.
Wow.
They still died.
Yeah.
And in the end, the entire audience dies, including those not playing.
And often you'll have other famous people from Gen Con show up on the table. He'll not be paying attention, and Bob Salvatore will walk up and sit down, and he'll turn around and just kind of start laughing because he's there now and he wasn't there before. And it's an experience that I would suggest anybody at least go to once. The one on Friday won't nearly be as packed as Saturday, because Friday he's redoing last year's Killer Breakfast for those who couldn't go to it. But if you can go, I would really suggest it.
Yeah, I would.
But eat first because they're liars.
Yes.
Yes.
They're
Luckily,
horrible,
there will be
horrible
tons
liars.
of food trucks around the convention center.
Hey, do we get free breakfast at the JW?
No.
Son
Apparently
of a
not.
gun. I'm going to
Yeah,
starve.
but I get to stay in one location this year.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
Is that what you're looking forward to, Derek? Not having to move?
Yeah, well, that's one major thing because I was stuck in the hinterlands of the train station hotel.
He just doesn't have to move for Gen Con. That happens in
Train station
October.
hotel.
Well, yeah. Actually, what I'm looking
Crown Plaza.
Oh, Crown Plaza.
yeah. What I'm looking forward to is actually hooking up again with my database mentor, the professor that basically taught me all about databases at Purdue. He's going to be there at Gen Con. He typically goes to Origins. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm really, really looking forward to being in one location with you guys. And I'm looking forward to actually also playtesting my game system.
That'd be fun.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Deb,
On the spot.
what are you looking forward to? Like, what is it? What is it besides obviously playing on Thursday your massive, huge board game and being the only chick playing?
Okay, hold on, Deb. How many times have you actually played that game this year?
By this year, do you mean since January, or do you mean since a year ago?
Gen Con of last year.
Gen Con of last year. Well, I played 2 games at the con last year, and then I've played it once here in my house because we had to get a table that was big enough for it. So I've only played it 3 times since last year.
So one time outside of Gen Con.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's it. Now, I have been in email contact with the inventor of the game because there was a very important question about how can Germany sea-lock the United Kingdom in one move in the initial play. And this is a huge strategy thing for the war game. And so my brother and I probably went 40 minutes trying to figure out what the strategy was and how to sea-lock. And so I'm sending him an email, and he's just like, okay, well, you got to come, and we're going to spend we'll go over the first half hour, 45 minutes when you show up at the table. We're going to discuss this strategy. So yes, I am geeky enough that I want to know the strategy of how Germany can destroy United Kingdom's naval force in one turn at the beginning of the war game. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. Other than that, you want something more geeky than that?
Was that adamant enough for you, sweetie?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't have the hammer, so I had to pretend I had the hammer.
Yeah,
well,
let's
it's a good
not
thing
have
you
the
just
hammer.
hit the top of the laptop.
Let's not break the laptop.
Okay, all right, the laptop's safe. Other than that, I'm actually gonna go to Hickman's Killer Breakfast. I was signed up for it last year, but I was too focused on the war game and I missed it.
You didn't get to do that? I thought you were in there one time.
No, I actually haven't. I was signed up for it, but I was having so much fun for the war game and then the tournament of the war game that last year was really a war game con for me. I spent so much time there because I was having way too much fun. So,
Yeah, I can totally see you commanding armies and destroying all people. So yeah.
I could leave her at that board game the entire con as long as she had
did.
food and she'd be fine.
Yep.
I think you did.
We did for a couple days because she told me to. She's like, I want to
nice
play
save.
this game. Okay. Don't get me in trouble right now. She's not denying what I'm saying.
She
No.
was not upset with you doing it either.
Not
My
at
job
all.
is to get you in trouble all of the time.
So I
And vice
actually
versa.
intend to spread Yes, spread myself out a little more beyond the war game, sadly. So, no. I'm going to play in Derek's game. I'm going to play in Derek's dual world system. I'm excited to actually play in it. I've seen the previews.
Derek, sorry, Debbie, I don't mean to interrupt.
That's okay.
Derek,
you just did, but that's okay.
Are you considering playing like a free table or an open table game like later in the evening during that weekend for Dual Worlds? Because I really want to learn how to play it.
I've actually got spots open, and you can join in. So
Thursday from 4
just
to 8
getting,
playing, I know.
Okay.
Just get in contact with me, Don, and I'll find a way to get you in.
Okay.
Actually,
Of course,
knows the guy.
this has absolutely nothing to do with Gen Con. Gen Con, you will get all the money that you're owed you. Don't sue me.
Yes,
I love you.
exactly.
Okay.
We'll buy generics. Don't worry. I'm going to go hear Mikey Mason, which is always fun. I love yelling and screaming with Cobalt Ate My Babies. That's just an awesome song.
Oh, so I should probably plan on playing that one then next time. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, you
Good.
shouldn't, just to spite her.
Oh, I'll be in the back yelling.
You should
We
like, start
requested it
start
last
the
night.
intro and be like, I don't want to play this.
I really don't want to
We,
play
we
this song.
requested it last night, and he said no.
Now, wait. Did you tell her what we talked about?
You weren't with Geeks, though.
Don't throw any code words if you haven't. But did you tell her what the three of us discussed last night?
No, not yet. I'll tell her, though, because we don't want to
No, don't. No, don't.
Don't?
Oh, gosh.
Don't tell her.
I'm so scared.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, because it's so scary.
So, Tony.
I've already done Tony.
You weren't paying attention.
You're not
clearly.
paying attention.
See, that's
to
what
our
you get for
podcast
trying
that
to
we're recording.
usurp
I believe I
the
was
powers
second.
of the
Well,
host.
see, what I was going to
attention to the
do
recording.
is I was actually going to plug the established facts next, but you moved on from me, so that's
That's
okay.
my
Go
fault.
ahead and talk.
I'm sorry. That's
Oh.
my fault.
No, it's
Hey,
actually
Deb,
Russ's fault.
Deb, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I do, because
Or
I'm
plug.
really excited, yes, that the Established Facts is going to be having a videographer. Like, he really has training in, like, video is going to be with us,
He
as
actually
we
works
mentioned
for
before.
a local TV station.
Right, exactly. So it should be good. Is going to be following us around. We're going to be having the vague interviews that we've heard about before, which should be really fun.
Coded is what we like to call it.
Sorry,
Coded.
coded. Mission Impossible style. And
Again, you could drop those on MikeyMason.com.
yes, exactly.
I mean, there's going to be a crazy Scientologist hanging from an umbilical cord from his back in the middle of the room.
Whee!
Going, tell me about yourself. You have a site you'd like to plug?
Wow.
We have a spot for that.
Well, yes, MikeyMason.com.
You have so much random crap on your website.
I also actually want to play in the werewolf circles. I actually did not play werewolf last year, and I was ashamed of myself to admit it later. So I
Make
actually
sure
should
you
play
get
werewolf.
make sure you get generic tickets because they will break up ad hoc games of werewolf in the convention center.
They did last year.
In the
Convention center, you do it in the hotels, they won't.
Well, yeah, you can play
Okay.
whatever you
But-
want. in the
and
Wait a minute.
I have werewolf decks. So
Okay. All right.
What?
So is it,
Don, would you say that again?
I have werewolf decks.
Okay. No, I misheard you the first time.
Yeah, we know what you heard. Got it.
Seba?
Wow. I just
And what
highly-
really concerned me was that he said there were two at least, because it was multiple. There was an S at the end.
I have two of them.
well, you have two hands.
I have two of them.
So,
Like, that is amazing. Do you have a collection?
Don't add fuel to the fire.
He has
wave off?
both games.
Easy.
Games.
Moving on.
How many
I really
werewolf
don't
decks do
like
you
the
have?
fact that
Sorry. Go ahead.
I really don't like the fact that they're charging tickets for those like late night, midnight games. I think that goes against the spirit of what those games originally were, which were just pickup games at the
Yeah.
several years ago. I mean, since I could remember, like 8 years ago and counting, they did that every night at midnight, and it just was a fun way to just hang out with people. And I just the fact that they're charging for it just leaves a bad
I
taste.
say
in my
we
mouth.
all just leave the convention center and we all just go to the hotel next door and we play in the hotel.
I think the issue was before Looney Labs, the creator of the game, they were not hosting sponsored games of the game.
Which is what they're
Who
doing.
cares?
now.
Which is what they're doing
Well,
now.
it'd be like you hosting, games in Palagane, and then me going, I'm going to just put this table right next to you and have free games of Palagane. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, Looney Labs has
Looney
official
Labs
games
before
now.
Looney Labs never hosted actual games of Werewolf.
Yeah, and now the games are all hosted
and then
by
Gen
Looney
Con,
Lab.
and then they told Gen Con that they would like to host actual events of
Right.
Are You a Werewolf? And so then Gen Con had to go in and say, okay, you can't just sit here and play it for free because these guys are offering that game.
Right. However, I believe that you can buy one generic ticket and
Absolutely.
it lasts like.
2 hours. It's one generic for 2 hours.
Yeah, but in that
But in that game, I think it lasts all night as long as you have the same moderator.
Right.
Well, that's actually okay. That's
So it's like you could play from like 9 o'clock to like 4 in the morning, and you spent $2.
Right.
So
And you definitely should go and try because it's a different experience because there's so many different people from all over the world that play that.
Yeah.
So
Didn't
a
you play
lot
it
more
with us 2
different.
years
than-
ago?
2 or 3 years ago, I played like a game or two, but I didn't last
Mike
year
and I
just
will
'cause I
go
was
play
so
with
tired.
you on Saturday night dressed as Drow.
Oh, we'll
Oh,
die.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you
Probably,
two be the
you're right,
first
yeah.
on, but
Not
I
for
do
the
remember our
werewolves.
pickup game of Star Wars from last year.
yeah, true. That
Yep.
was good.
Oh, that's
There
been talked
was
about,
a
too.
picked up game for Star Wars
Yeah,
last
we
year.
actually played for like 2 or 3
Wow.
hours. Yep. Granted, it wasn't with who was supposed to be the runner, but that's life.
Yeah, Pettit was supposed to be there.
We've
And by the
already-
way, Pettit is amazing GM. So
Yeah, he is.
We ended up running with Deb's
When he's awake.
friends.
With Nick.
well, okay, that's a given, but still.
So,
And speaking of your Drow or whatever, Drew, whatever costumes,
The elves that live underground.
or in the shadow plane if you're from Peligane.
yep, exactly. I'm actually building a costume, basically a suit of armor out of UFS cards,
Ooh,
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
that's cool.
and it's about halfway to 3/4 of the way done. So,
Cool.
Are you going to be wearing it at Gen Con?
yes, I am.
During your tournament?
Probably, definitely Saturday, but I may actually wear it also on Friday.
You should have Jason like autograph every card.
Oh hell yeah! That would be hilarious.
Darn
by the way.
here.
Be like,
arm, please.
look what I've done.
That's right.
I need you to sign all of them.
Now note that I do have 72 cards in the cod piece alone.
Actually, I do have a cod piece. Actually, we'll have a cod piece.
I was waiting for one of you two to make that comment.
Hey, what?
was waiting for us.
What do you expect?
I know.
It was expected.
To bring it back to a family-friendly moment after that, I'm going to comment that our church group is actually going to be coming on Sunday. We have a gaming church group, believe it or not, then most of them have never been to Gen Con. And so they're actually coming on Sunday, so we get to introduce them, all these lovely little noobs, to the masses and to the
mass
exhibit
hysteria of
hall.
gaming.
That is incredible.
Yep.
So I'm actually excited because we're going to have like all these newbie gaming people that'll be coming for the first time. So
There is a lot of Christian gaming groups. I mean, there was one at DragonCon last year that had their own dice, D6 dice out there. I mean, it's actually a lot more popular than people would know.
Yeah, and
Hey.
there's always the Christian Gamers Guild that does the breakfast on Sunday morning.
Hey, Derek.
Does their breakfast actually include a breakfast?
Yeah. Yes.
yes,
I'm just checking.
Oh, so it's not false advertising.
No.
no,
Derek.
there is no lying.
Can
there.
you do us a favor? When you speak into your microphone, will you tell the helicopter pilot to land?
Fantastic.
And
Oh goodness.
No, it has to actually speed up, and then it has to go down for a little bit to slow down,
Oh,
and then
okay.
it goes down further, and then as it gets to the ground, it actually lands.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And there is your example of role playing a helicopter landing.
Yes.
with a fan.
Yes.
Good lord.
And for those of you who have followed us on this journey this past year, it's because I live in Vermont, and Vermont doesn't believe in air conditioning. So, and it's 90 degrees outside. So
That's horrible.
Yep.
yes, well,
Josh, you keep looking at me like you're trying to say something.
Well, I would like to hear. It is our 1 year anniversary, and we've enjoyed thoroughly.
Correction. That's 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary. My
Correction.
apologies.
Correction, I know your father.
And for those of you who are keeping track, we understand that this is not officially our first 1 year after our first release, but it's our pre-Gen Con episode. It's the pre-Gen Con episode the next year, so we're calling it our 1 year anniversary.
Yep.
So, with that being said,
I almost got you again.
Michael,
Joshua.
I want to know, personally, what everyone's most memorable moment for the Established Facts has been this year. I'd like to know that.
Okay.
So, if you don't want to tell me, then...
Oh, that's different altogether.
I just feel like this is like a clip show where we've like rehashed every old clips. It's like an old anime show.
It's a very special episode.
It's special indeed, like the short bus special.
Yeah, right. It's like a reunion episode, but we never left.
Yeah, and we're missing at least one or two.
Doesn't say the absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe we should try that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Josh, you're out.
I want to see how that's going to get done.
You mean we'll get it to work and not touch it?
Oh.
Ouch.
That hurts.
Cut me real deep just then.
Right there.
Save me. Save me.
Okay, I guess I'll start.
Okay.
My favorite moment on the Established Facts over the course of the quote-unquote year has to be the discussion we broke down of the alignment. That was like 9 episodes of, I thought, some just really good development from each individual person that spoke about what particular alignment they had. And also out of that discussion, as a role player, it has altered kind of how I play some characters, because I really just kind of had my eyes opened to some things that I just thought that were general stereotypes of certain alignments, and things that after you actually kind of break them down and look at kind of some good examples that were just kind of just not right, not what I figured that they needed to be. So to me, the series on alignment was probably, I think, the best thing that we've done. I'm done.
Okay. Donnie, you got a favorite moment yet?
I would have to say one of my favorite moments of our podcast thus far involves another series that we did in February and March. With the culmination, the final show of our Video Game Madness. It was probably one of my favorites, just because it was really just a Don v. Deb the entire episode. Because it was Mario versus Master Chief in the finals, and it was a lot of fun, and I don't think I have ever cut it out. I don't think I have ever gotten that analytical when it came to a video game, but the fact that I actually typed up a 600+ word
dossier
of
Master
Chief and his tactics, that was impressive for me, and I guess it's the reason why I got A's in English comp or whatever, but that was probably, I really loved the alignment.
It's a better reason that you've spent hundreds of dollars on Halo stuff.
And gaming, actually. I think that I loved the alignment episodes. I was actually just talking to another listener and friend of ours last night about those episodes, and I think I'm going to recommend that if we decide next year to try and enter into the Ennies, that we possibly use one of those episodes, because they're really good episodes, and it's sad to me that we hit our peak halfway through the year, and now we've just been on the decline ever since.
They have drugs for that.
That's right. Wow.
No, they're not NyQuil.
Definitely not NyQuil.
No, but they are
And if
available.
something lasts for over 2 hours, you've got a problem.
They are available on MikeyMason.com.
Yes, they are.
So, yeah, I would have to say the Mario vs. Master Chief Finals episode of Video Game Madness was definitely one of my favorites.
Tony?
Well, while mine is in the same series, my two esteemed hosts next to me will not be so happy about this one. It had to be the
Boo hiss.
Yeah, we don't have to hear this.
Simon Belmont versus Cloud Strife.
We can just keep going.
Yeah.
Well, he may have removed his earbuds. One of my favorite episodes was the upset because so many people thought that nobody's really heard of Simon Belmont all that much, and Cloud is just going to steamroll over him, and it didn't happen. Well, and it really was one of the biggest upsets in the game or in the series because nobody expected that to happen at all. So. Yeah, that definitely is that, and I'm kind of torn between that and the Chaotic Neutral episode because that was amazing.
That was nuts.
That-
I listened to that the other day.
We were all on something. I don't know what we were on, but we were on
Derek,
something.
what is over the past year? What has stood out to you?
There are actually two. One was the March Madness, where I got to play with the editing tool, and I got to play the heel for a while, which was actually a lot of fun. But I actually have to say that in reality, it's the interview episodes that I find very, very cool, that we can get people like Mike Hook and Mikey Mason and Jason on. I mean, you have actually performed on multiple venues. I mean, it's just not, and we're like a 1 year podcast, and so it's for us. In all seriousness, for us.
Let's put perspective on this. You say multiple venues, all right? Okay, so I performed on all four coasts, headline on all four coasts, 34 states. I've been doing this full time for 3 years. I'm a professional, sir.
And you can check him out at MikeyMason.com.
And you can see me at MikeyMason.com.
See, exactly.
I am the She Don't Like Firefly guy, sir.
No, you are the best game ever,
also
guy.
point out that he has gotten response from Gary Gygax's family.
I have. His ex-wife and his daughter. Yes, I have. I've been knighted by the royal family of geekdom.
Woohoo!
Wow.
Sir Mikey.
So yeah, the
I'm just kidding. I tend to be self-deprecating enough, but hearing you say it, it was like, wow, I really am just some schmuck.
You see, I tried to
you
bring it
played a
down
few
back to
venues.
reality. I mean,
You played a
I'm
few
trying to
venues.
ground you. Yeah.
Last night I heard you were doing a bunch of cover songs out by a bar.
Yeah, exactly. It's I mean, you get paid in beer
They all
and
sucked.
chips.
Just kidding.
I actually didn't know all that, but I mean,
Yeah, we Josh and I went and saw him last night at the bar. It was entertaining.
is it called the bar?
No, it's the Fickle Peach.
Fickle Peach. But yeah, he was doing cover songs, and we totally didn't expect that.
So you were doing your more general, not geek comedy.
No, it was no
No.
comedy. It was just cover songs.
It was. I was just being musical entertainment for
He
a
did
night.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I'm just
I
saying.
sure did.
Are you? No.
Bling, 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 bling.
Insert Mario jump.
It's time to bring out the Mario jump.
So what games were you? Wait. All right. So Josh and Anton, what songs were you surprised that I played last night?
Oh, God.
Most of them.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That's definitely going to be one. I'm stealing
The
that
Pink
one.
Floyd one did quite shock me. I can't think
Gunner's
of it.
Dream?
Yeah, Gunner's Dream. That did quite shock me.
Wow.
Mostly because it's a really downer song.
Make people drink more.
Yeah.
Okay, Derek, you said you had a second one. Can you catch your breath long enough to say that?
Sorry, I'm just thinking of Mikey singing "Girls Want."
I did a really good job.
wasn't
Girls
bad.
just want to have fun.
I'm just imagining all the '80s wrestling people and all that.
Oh, he did plenty of 80s songs.
You mean Captain Lou Albano, who played
Yes.
Mario in the Super Mario Brothers Super
Yes,
Show?
yes,
that guy
he
who
did.
beat. Who was that? Oh yeah, Master Chief.
That That's why I love
All right, thank you for
Mikey.
joining us on the Established Facts.
We're going to download it first.
Actually, it was- It was
Hey, can we
actually-
discuss the
interview.
worst moments?
Right now.
I think we've just found it.
Right now.
No, that was an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
No. The second time was the interview episodes because we get a lot of good people on there.
Yeah.
Just and
then there's
Our
Mikey
last
Mason.
couple interviews have been really, really good.
then there's Mikey Mason.
You know, Don, I was going to ask you to be in a band with me because you've got some killer pipes, but not now. Your attitude has a lot to be adjusted, sir.
Well, if I compare my attitude to yours, Mikey, I take that as a compliment.
I'm just saying.
Or should that be Sir Mikey?
Oh,
Just saying.
hi-yo.
I'm just saying.
He did do a couple geek songs the other night.
Yes. Yes.
What did he do?
Only because we were sitting there.
No, they were in my set.
Really?
Oh.
Don't burst
I did
their
mean-
bubble like that.
Well, which
I
ones
did
did
me
you
and
do
Alan
that
Moore's
people
Beard.
get?
I did.
Okay.
I did me and Alan Moore's Beard. I did Han
Fat to
Solo Cool, which
Troop.
is a new one.
Okay.
I did Too Fat to Troop, and I did Freeze Ray from Dr. Horribles.
Yep.
He
Okay.
did.
That was actually really good.
Wow.
Did you say you did what, Han Solo Cool?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a brand new
Is that on your Barbarian Jetpack?
That will be on the Barbarian Jetpack album,
Which
yes.
you can get at MikeyMason.com.
when it comes out.
Which is when?
When it
I'm
comes
aiming
out.
for an early September release date.
Very cool.
Oh,
Very,
yeah.
very cool.
Don won't own one, but
Oh. Well, he's not part of the cool kids, so okay.
What if I include an extra werewolf deck?
You've tickled my fancy, sir.
Tickled something.
This episode is going bad. Quick.
Wow.
It's been bad
I feel
from
like
the
we're
start.
in the chaotic neutral episode again.
Are we going for the real?
Yes, Mike, this is your job. This is why we pay you the big
Save
bucks.
me.
So reel it in.
All those
Save me.
podcasts,
anyone's biting.
big bucks. Yeah.
Josh.
Oh, I get to answer now. Yay. I tell you what, the coolest moment for me, actually, and I've mentioned this before, just in talking, I don't remember if I've said it in the podcast, but as awesome as it has been recording all these episodes, even with the hectic technical difficulties that have happened.
What was that?
Technical difficulties.
That was almost like instant replay.
It sounds
He wasn't
like-
actually stuttering. That was a problem with the sound card.
Should have went with the quad core.
Was actually the second or third night in the gaming ministry. Don's cousin Amanda Fulford, right? That's how her name's said, right? Fulford.
If not, it is now. It's
Sure.
like Drow and Dritz.
Okay. She
It is
showed
now.
up. She showed up at the gaming ministry and actually identified me as Josh from the Established Facts. And that was really a kind of a cool moment because I know we've only been doing this a year, but somebody only noticed me from the Established Facts, which was pretty interesting for me because I know a lot of people around town. You can ask my wife; I can't go anywhere without like finding someone who knows who I am. That was the first time to be recognized because of the podcast, and I don't know. I thought that was a pretty special moment.
So, in other words, your favorite moment is not about the podcast; it's about you. yourself.
I don't get those
That is
very often.
exactly what we heard.
Okay? I don't get those very often. I'm not a
kidding me?
professional who has traveled to 34 states and played on every coast.
Are you kidding me?
JoshDemery.com, ladies and gentlemen. JoshDemery.com.
You can find that at MikeyMason.com.
I just want to point out, I've been in stores where your name has been called across the store because someone recognizes you. When your name, Josh! Okay, you've arrived in some way, shape, or form.
Well, but he does have to have his picture and name on that registry list online.
I see. Oh.
What?
What? Oh my gosh.
For people who don't like Ravenloft.
That one. We thought you were talking about a different list.
The one about the werewolf? No.
Yes, that one.
Anton?
I have no idea.
And we're back. Dr. Deb. No.
That was easy.
No.
Well, you already actually asked me.
Your favorite?
Yeah.
I did.
you did.
Yeah. Yes, you went around the table, Mike.
I did not get Deb, thank you.
No,
Yeah,
did not
you
get
went
that.
this way, and then you tried skipping Deb and going back to me.
I've been skipped.
We
You're
love
the
you,
only
Deb.
girl. This is like, you know,
Oh.
save you for last.
Oh, okay. We're gonna do it that way. Okay.
Save you for
I
last.
thought this was a selling
He's
point.
he's saving the best for last.
Okay, I thought it
saving
was
you
the
for
only
last.
girl is gonna
It's
get
all
left
spin.
out. Is it?
Right.
Okay.
I love it when I don't have to dig myself out of the hole.
Well, you didn't
It's
say
the
it.
first.
You're a
You know it's a
horrible
lot better
digger.
when other people dig the holes for you.
Yes, that's also true. Okay, so I have a couple of favorites. The first one I have to say, just because it would be blasphemy if I didn't, which is Mario's win was epic. Okay, I'm sorry. I've just, I was right. Anyway, I'm just saying.
It's a me,
It's
Mario.
Mario. And I was right. Okay, so.
Did you just get a coin?
Yep, I think I did just get a coin. All right, that was epic. Now, in all seriousness, yeah, right. The one I actually liked the best was, I think it was our holiday episode. Which one was it? It was in December. We had
Is
a couple
it the one
holidays.
where your husband picks Snow White and the Seven Dwarves?
Yes. Our Christmas
Cheater.
battle of who we would take with us to rescue Santa's sleigh. And then, was it the same one or the next one where we did the resolutions? I can't remember.
That was
We did
the
our New
next
Year's.
one.
Okay. Though they were kind of a pair. I think about them as a pair. So, and then when we made our resolutions, and now I'm starting to realize that it's already August, so I better kind of recheck those resolutions and figure out where I'm at, because I think I've met several. I played the war game.
You know what I've
I think
just
I'm
heard?
doing okay.
I've just heard she's running out of time to figure out who she's taking to save Santa's sleigh next year.
Yeah, well, that's also true.
Yeah.
Yep, I
That's
think
what I
that's... Are we going to save Santa's sleigh again? Is that the plan?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
I don't know, maybe Snow White and the Seven Dwarves.
I don't know.
already.
Keep listening through December and you'll find out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That, and I still need to make my lawful evil cleric. That is still in the making for those of you out there, because I know there was one of you, I won't say your name, who was telling me on Facebook.
So we're gonna ask the guy with the goatee.
Hey, Mikey.
What?
Josh is keenly interested in your opinion of what your favorite episode of the Established Facts, or whatever we did over the past year.
He's only listened to one.
Right,
The one he
that's-
was on.
yeah,
When he's
That
on.
is not true.
Oh, okay.
So, Sir Mikey, could you enlighten us?
Yes, I can. No,
You can call me Peon
my-
if that makes you feel better.
my
My young
favorite
sir.
established fact moments. Well, actually, on the show is of course the when I mostly due to my screw ups, Dritz the Drow.
That was pretty good.
Best two gays.
Best two gays in gaming. Yeah.
Which I really want Gen Con to change their tagline to.
It's 4 days.
No. It was in reference to Fear the Con.
Yes.
Was the best two gays in gaming.
That's two gays and yeah.
Best two gays. Yeah. Anyway.
Best you and me in gaming.
My favorite established facts moment would be the time that me and a certain guy who was said he had something to do it for skipped town so that we could go hang out instead of going to a basement there and get an interview. Oh wait, no, that's next week. I'm just kidding.
You're making crap.
I am.
Oh gosh.
No, so I show up for a geek show outside a White Rabbit bookstore, and these two guys are already waiting there, and they know who I am, and I have no clue, and it's Josh and Anton, right? And it's guys who it's
So
very,
how do you like having stalkers?
they weren't stalkers, and
Yet.
technically, if you're okay with it, it's a relationship. All right.
I like that.
They're only a stalker if you don't want them to do it. All right? I mean, seriously.
It's all about perspective.
That's right.
But it's very much a similar feeling to what Josh was talking about. It's a good feeling to be recognized for what you do. And then, last night I'm setting up for the show and I look up and there's Anton sitting at the table and I'm like, oh my God, how are you doing? And Josh was inside getting a beer or whatever, or a drink, a Diet Pepsi. That's what he was getting to drink.
Of course he was
Diet
getting a
Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi.
I actually did have a cider.
You did.
We both had woodchuck.
hard cider, actually. So
and a peach something.
Peach lambic.
Yeah, whatever. And, I know lambic, sir, and what you had was a Lindemans. A Lindemans Pesh. All right.
Anyways, moving on.
But, and you guys live in Indy. I know you only drove from Noblesville, but you live in Indy and you drove to Muncie to see me, last night, and looking up. It's surprises like that. I mean, it's those are the things. I said it last night. I say it all the time. I don't make fans. I make friends. And I feel like, when I ran into you two when we met at White Rabbit, that I made friends, and even though Mike and Don and I might be adversarial,
It just makes for good podcasting.
I love you.
I still think that I have 4 friends, and
Nemesis.
It's all about perspective. Remember, you still think you have 4 friends.
well, from my perspective, I'm holding a plunger, and my foot is on Master Chief's neck. I'm just.
Now you only have 3 friends.
But you got me, so there you go.
I'm gonna have me a good cry after this episode.
I know.
I will too again when I listen to it.
That's the best thing is that I do feel like I've made friends. I found out, finding a podcast. I spent a lot of time in the car. I listened to every episode since the one I was on. I have listened to. I swear,
Awesome.
It's on my iTunes queue. I listened to it. So
You can find that at MikeyMason.com.
actually, you can't.
It's at the establishedfacts.com.
EstablishedFacts.com.
What? Something that's not on MikeyMason.com?
Right.
Doesn't that, can I just go there and Google search?
I'm working on it. That's my subsidiary, FatDaughtry.com.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my
Oh my goodness.
I'm glad we're friends, Mikey.
I wish we were friends, Mikey.
We can be. Just tweak that attitude, Guillermo.
All right.
You have to start referring to him as Sir Mikey.
Sir Mike. Sir Mike of the Mason.
I like it. That actually sounds good.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so
Oh man.
as we're wrapping up our show here.
This was actually an episode?
My favorite part, I have to say this, my absolute favorite part was learning that one of my songs might actually end up as the theme song of the Established Facts podcast.
Oh.
So it's you who started this.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. I can't even lie on.
No camera?
No, you really can't.
You can't lie on camera. You can't lie on a mic.
Mike, jeez.
Can't even lie in bed.
All right, I knew. All right, I knew. Okay, I knew that Mikey Mason was the new intro music. Okay, I'm sorry.
Right.
Just anybody who's listening, that is a rough demo. I really want to get it re-recorded, but they insisted on using it today.
Yep.
It's okay.
Because my husband
'Cause we're
is
bastards.
impatient. No, impatient.
Really?
This is a family show, Derek.
I thought it was because he was cheap.
That is correct. He can be taught.
Is my number of friends going down again?
No, it's going up drastically.
It's going up.
Bing, bing, bing.
-2 +2 -1, so I'm up a net of 1.
There you go.
As long as it's in green, we're good.
That's right.
So,
So about this song.
Come here, lady.
Oh, we're going to talk about the song now? I thought we were going to wrap up.
Yes, we're going to talk about the song. The random song that just sort of appeared as our new intro music.
That everybody's been wondering about for an hour and 15
Yes.
minutes.
That the reason why they have suffered through this entire episode.
You're going to have to repeat that, Mikey,
What'd you say,
because
Mikey?
Derek totally walked right over the top of you.
Yes.
Oh, they were wondering, what is this crap and why does it sound so bad?
It's really not that bad.
We enjoyed it.
but then they've made it through the established
They
facts.
kicked us out of the grid, so we had to.
They get to look forward to this song. When is this going to be done?
Sam shut down the grid, so we had to leave.
Oh.
No.
So all right.
seen
So
that
the
movie.
song was actually one of the demos from the first album, Impotent Nerd Rage. that I was writing a song for the Dresden Files called Dresden Wizard for Hire, and it turned out not to be a very funny song. Every time I tried to make the Dresden Files funny, it just seemed like I was stretching. So, I mean, you can make fun of it, but I don't want to make fun of something I like. I love the Dresden Files. I read them all. I'm going to do the song. It's just not going to be a funny song. It's just going to be a fan song, and it will be out there. And the Established Facts absolutely has permission to use that music as their theme music in perpetuity until I decide that they're all jerks, and then I'm going to take it away.
So we don't ever get to use it again.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I
No. Just two of you being jerks, you still get to use it.
I'm glad my job is safe.
Oh, man.
When you guys do that O in stereo, it's a little creepy. I just got to tell you.
It's actually kind of harmony. They're doing it in harmony.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
It's like a round.
That's not harmony. Apparently, when you're thinking about it, it's crap.
Yes.
And then, of course, a zombie showed up there at the end. Brian's.
Spell check. It's important.
We're at 80 minutes.
80 minutes. Wow.
How have we wasted that much time?
Okay.
An hour and 20 minutes of life has been drained from your soul because of the Established Facts. Thank you for listening.
Just edit the parts of me out.
That'll speed it up.
Yeah.
As we wrap up the
you give us
show,
credit to the song.
as we wrap up the show, real quick, I'm just going to go around the table. These guys don't know this, so it could be kind of interesting. The responses we get.
Oh, God.
Well, being it for the year episode here, I want real quick what you'd like to see happen in the next year. We're going to go around the table, starting with the Doctor.
Thanks, Don.
On the spot.
Hey, he pointed to you. He could have pointed to Josh. He could have pointed to Mikey. It just, sorry. Yeah. It must be that Master Chief thing.
It must be. Still bitter. I want something similar to what we had with the March Madness. Maybe not exactly the same. We've been the video game, but I loved having the fan interaction and the fan passionate discussion on occasion about what they think is best. So maybe it'd be more like a board game. Maybe it'd be a role playing game. Something madness like that where we get all the feedback from the fans because that was awesome. I also want to have another. I loved what we did with the 9-parter of the alignments. I thought that was great. We had some really great serious discussions. So if we can find something else along the same line, maybe we've thrown around several ideas, but a series again, maybe a 6 or 9-part series where we can break down. I don't know if it would be alignments, maybe it'd be classes. Classes might be fun to talk about, like in a D&D Pathfinder kind of situation, or break out like old school stuff like a Star Wars or something. I'd like to do that again because it really gave me a lot of insight into alignments when we did it. Like I actually want to play Lawful Evil now and stuff. So those are 2 things I'd like to see as a general thing: more fans, more Twix, and more songs.
What is a Twic?
A Twix bar. Chocolate and caramel candy? Like candy?
Oh, okay.
I want more candy.
Thought you were talking about something referencing gaming.
Josh, sure.
I eat Twix and
I got 2. Number 1, I want to see us surpass 100 subscribers. We're at about 59, I think, according to Feedburner the last time I looked at it, which is, those are subscribers, and I know we're getting more downloads because of Facebook. People are just downloading directly, but I'd love to see people subscribe to it, which, of course, can be done through feeds.feedburner.com/theestablishedfacts or subscribe via iTunes. Either one will take care of it. Yeah, I know. I've been looking at these a lot recently that I remember all the sites.
Clearly.
But the other thing, I think next year, and maybe we'll start this process, but I hope for next year that we talk with either another gaming publisher or a local musician or somebody who's looking to maybe create a table presence at GenCon. I think maybe doing a shared table presence of some sort next year during the exhibit hall I think that'd be a neat way for people to go, oh, who are you guys? Maybe we could do it in Authors Avenue, something along those lines.
I almost can't help but asking what Mikey would like to see next year.
Oh no, I was just, hearing talk about a table presence. I'd love a table presence at GenCon. I know what they cost.
So do we.
Well, yeah, that's why we said we needed somebody else.
I don't know about even sharing it. I'm just sharing it. Then need like 90 of us, and then
We each get our 15 minutes of fame on the table.
We're going to start a Kickstarter for a Gen Con table.
a good start is if we could sell one of Don's extra kids. He's got two, right?
Yes, I have 2 sons. Just in case one of them dies, I need the other one.
By next Gen Con, there's bound to be at least one more. I mean, they're going to have 2 days alone at Gen Con, right?
Let's slow it down.
And by the way, August is my month.
Yes. Yeah.
So, what do I want to see on the established facts? An actual play, perhaps? Or, and of course, me on more often, because the more times I get to say MikeyMason.com on your podcast, the better. And the more times I get Derek to say it, more to the point.
MikeyMason.com.
The more that MikeyMason.com is said on our show, the more the 4 people who actually listen to this show get a chance to hear it.
Well, the 4 people have stayed with us to this point.
That's right.
But what I want to see most in the coming year is I want to see one of your listeners do a fan art of a zombie Master Chief eating Mario's brain.
That would be epic.
That'd be awesome.
I'm even a Mario fan. That would still be awesome.
I
will raise the money for the print. I will.
That's the Kickstarter project now.
Yeah.
Oh no. Wow.
Derek, how about you?
Oh, it's so awesome.
I would definitely like to see more interviews and talking. I love talking with people that are in the industry. I would also like to see like a world building series that we do. I think that would be cool. So a lot of us have been involved in world building. And so
I'm staring at a map of Palagain as I speak. So yeah.
Yeah, no. So those are the 2 things I'd really like to see coming up.
And he wasn't even looking, so that didn't work.
It's okay.
For me, I would like to see some more series like we did with the alignment and things of those series of those styles where we compare various things. Deb mentioned a competition of different classes. I'd like to see a comparison of different classes, but I'd also like to see a comparison of game systems. Like doing a review of like how we did a review of each of the different alignments, doing a review of each of the different game systems like D&D and Pathfinder and Savage Worlds and Seven.
Kobolds ate my baby.
Yeah, and Kobolds ate my baby.
Well, a world of darkness.
Just go through some of the highlights of each game system, the pros and cons and stuff like that.
That would be has potential to be super epic.
Right, and it's also something that we can keep long running because as different systems come out, the different editions come out.
I'm looking at like my 3rd shelf, and I'm like, there's like 15 systems right there.
Yeah, then we have to learn how to play GURPS though.
So Donald,
I love GURPS.
We could review
I have
Ustio.
GURPS, and I can
Josh.
teach you that.
Donald,
Josh, we can review Ustio.
have I given you sufficient enough time?
Yeah, I'm good. I got a laundry list, but I'm good.
Let's hear
boy.
it.
All right.
Keep it concise.
I will try. Which means probably not, but I'll try. In regards to what Debbie said and what pretty much half of the podcast has brought up about doing a series and building off of what Anton was talking about doing a series on game systems, it has been recommended to me by a very credible source, also known as my wife, that we should do a really cool series on not only like games like role-playing games, but a series like that where we compare genres of games. Talk about what our favorite styles of games are. So if we did like a board game episode where each one of us talks about our favorite board games, and then at the end of the episode we kind of compare the highs and lows of each one. And we can go into a really cool series of that. I would love to see a series, even though we've been doing this a year now. We've got 27 27.
This is 27.
27 episodes now, counting this one, and we got tons more to come. But I think it would be fun for each one of us to maybe do like a spotlight series where the host, Mike, sits each one of us down, and we do like a series of, meet your established factor. Because a lot of us, in our first couple episodes, we kind of introduced the games that we played and kind of the way we got into gaming. But I think that there's a lot about each one of our personalities that complements each other in this podcast, And I think that for us to sit down and reintroduce ourselves to our listeners who may not have gotten a chance to, which I don't know why they wouldn't have, listened to the first few episodes, it gives them a chance to really learn about our interests and some of the other things that we have.
This sounds a lot like lone wolfing, and that could be creepy.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't either.
Lone wolfing is one GM and one player. So,
okay.
Well, I mean, we could just do interview segments.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Have,
like, just do like a
Mike across, and then the other person across. We could film it if we
why
wanted.
does Mikey look like he has a werewolf or something?
He always looks like that.
What are you talking about?
I have absolutely no idea unless I'm tripping.
That wouldn't surprise me. You're the one over there.
I seen a
Drinking out of
werewolf
brown
on
bottles.
Mikey's. Derek, I seen a werewolf on Mikey's screen. Oh wait.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Okay, so for those who can't see, he has a glove on with claws and fur. It looks like he's turning into a werewolf amongst us.
Derek, and yeah, Mikey's a werewolf.
I have 5 of them.
Jeez.
That's more than 2.
Why do you have 5? Why do you have an odd number?
No, I'm just...
Good Lord.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I would love to see us do some series like that. I'd love to do interviews, but really, more than anything, I would love to have the opportunity as a podcast to do more than just possibly a GenCon table. There are a lot of smaller cons, at least around Indiana. If not, I mean, you've got Fear the Con down in St. Louis and stuff like that.
There's Hoosier Con. There's In Conjunction. There's a bunch right there in Indy.
Well, and there's some in Fort Wayne, Three River Con, Pentacon.
Yep.
There's a bunch of other gaming cons that exist in Indiana, and I think it would be fun for us to kind of branch out and maybe get a table. I know like in November, Pentacon, you can get a table for like $75.
Tables at the smaller cons are much more reasonable.
Right, and I think something like that would be a lot of fun. Get a larger group of people to listen to us, listen to Mikey Mason, and go to MikeyMason.com. And then
or of course visit theestablishedfacts.com.
That's right. And then
which has a link to MikeyMason.com.
Yes, it
Or
does.
it will soon.
it will soon.
Actually, he's already hacked it, and it's all just redirecting to MikeyMason.com.
or at least it will, as long as MikeyMason.com has an EstablishedFacts.com link.
Wow, that's a never-ending one.
He's calling you
has been
out.
thrown down.
He's calling you out.
I actually put a redirect on FatDaughtry.com to send them to the establishment.
But I think the one thing that stands out amongst all of the other things that I would like to see happen is next year during the Video Game Madness 2. I would like to see Master Chief come back and really just put the chiefage down on a little Italian plumber. That would be.
He's already failed once. His confidence may be.
You know what, Debbie? We don't care. You already responded. Yeah, so that's my concise list of laundry.
Concise. Concise.
As far as me, I would like to see the established facts, much like Don was saying. I'd like to see us kind of get more of a stapled presence around the area. We had Casey on from Danger Brewery, and like Derek said, we have these guys that are coming on, and we kind of share our dim light with them. And I just think that it's a really neat opportunity because gaming is such a niche little crowd of you don't just walk down the street naturally in your chainmail bikini. Well, Deb might, but
No,
I'm just saying.
Is this a wishful thinking?
No, I'm just saying that
I'll tell
gaming is such a
Caleb.
niche little thing, a niche little crowd that when you get someone, like I didn't know who Mikey Mason was before we started doing a podcast, and those guys found him, and it's just you get exposed to all this stuff, and the more that we become exposed, the more that everyone who is on our show becomes exposed. So it's kind of like
it's a very close knit community.
It's a very interesting little spoken wheel system.
And it's all about exposing yourself.
That's right. It's all about
which we
exposure.
do all the time.
I totally agree. I think we should expose ourselves way more.
I totally agree with that.
I'm not sure I'm okay with this plan.
Shut up and put on the chainmail bikini.
By the power of Odin.
Okay, I was actually thinking about doing the Star Trek outfit, the little short skirt this year at
son.
GenCon, but
Yeah.
probably not now.
Okay.
Way to ruin it, Mikey.
But I would just like to see us become more of a media presence than what we are, and I think that there's good things to come if we can get our acts together, which probably will never happen. But,
Yeah.
Which, as of this
Sorry.
episode, shows that we can't.
Yeah.
right. So I have no idea what we established
I
last
don't
episode because it wasn't delivered to me before in my notes. However, this just in. Last time we established that sticks and stones may break our bones, but man, they make a good game store. And I'd like to establish that when getting prepared for Gen Con, there are a couple things that you need. You need dice. You need pencils. You need your gaming books. But most of all, you need your 2 werewolf decks. Thanks for joining us on the Established Facts. And here's to a new year.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.